Testing, testing. Madam Mayor, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
Excellent.
We are recording and live streaming and have about 30 seconds-ish until we're ready to go.
Okay, just trying to get board docs open.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, hi Eric.
Thank you. This is Scott. Wow, I guess I logged in under Eric's. I'm sorry.
Oh,
This
yeah, I'm
is Scott.
sorry. I didn't even I
I
didn't
didn't
look at the
even
link here.
realize that. I just clicked on the link that got sent. I think it must have been registered to him, but I think I clicked on the right one. Huh.
Mhm.
It could have been a mix-up on Zoom today.
Oh, okay. You guys don't need me to log back in, or I don't know how to change that if they're,
Oh,
but
I can change you, but no, I actually already wrote it down because
okay.
I
So,
recognized your face.
okay, thanks.
Great. I think are we ready to go then? I think it's time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending. It is 7 p.m. on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025, and I now call to order the 2162nd regular meeting of the City of College Place City Council. Mary Elizabeth, will you please take roll call?
Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Jessup,
Present.
Councilmember Cleveland,
Present.
Councilmember Espinoza, Councilmember Peterson. I didn't hear from Councilmember Williams. I don't see her online. Um, Councilmember Sherman? Present. Councilmember Boyle? Present. We do have a quorum.
Excellent. Thank you. Will you all please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And it's now time for a public comment. Mary Elizabeth, did anyone, I know someone submitted a written comment in advance, but did anybody request to speak via telephone or virtually?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I will go ahead and read the public comment. It is from Miss Virginia Clark of 711 Northeast Dawson Street. She says, I am an elderly woman, and last week I had some old lamp oil to discard. I called the fire department and they were totally awesome. They told me I could take it somewhere, but they actually came and picked it up themselves for free. I don't think they get the recognition they deserve or the police. I think older people should know that older people can take hazardous chemicals to the dump, and I asked the mayor to put it out in the newsletter. Is there anyone in council chambers?
No, ma'am.
All right, so then we're going to move on to the consent agenda.
Oh, the firefighters missed public comment. I invited them to so that
Oh,
they could be commended. Can you read it again so Charlie can hear it?
okay, Charlie just walked in. Okay, all right. All right, Miss Virginia Clark of 711 Northeast Dawson Street states, I am an elderly woman and last week I had some old lamp oil to discard. I called the fire department and they were totally awesome. They told me I could take it somewhere, but they actually came and picked it up for themselves for free. I don't think they get the recognition they deserve or the police. I think older people should know that older people can take hazardous chemicals to the dump, and I asked the mayor to put it out in the newsletter. So Charlie, thank you and your team for all your wonderful work and for taking care of our citizens that way. All right, so going on to consent agenda. It's consisting of the agenda for tonight, June 10th, 2025. the council minutes from May 27th, 2025, the council special minutes from May 30th, 2025. And let's see, actually, we're going to remove the special meeting. Okay, wait, remove special meeting minutes. Okay, from June, excuse me, from June 5th. Are there any items any member of the council would like removed from the consent agenda at this time? And
I'll
if
make a
not, do we have a
motion
motion?
Approve the consent agenda.
Second, Peterson.
And Lauren seconded without turning on his microphone.
Okay, all right. With a first and a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Right, the ayes have it and the motion is passed. Next, let me take a quick look here. We have one presentation on the agenda tonight. I will now read the Juneteenth proclamation.
Mayor,
Whereas,
really quick, we have somebody in the waiting room. 1 second, please.
well, Mary
Okay,
Elizabeth,
well, I hit the button and Miss Peters is in attendance.
okay, all right. Thank you. Before I read the proclamation, Mary Elizabeth, put a little tidbits and fun facts about Juneteenth here for me to read, and I just want to let you know that so Juneteenth is the longest running African American holiday in the U.S. Texas was the first state to make Juneteenth an official holiday, and that was in 1980. And the Juneteenth flag, which was created in 1997, features a bursting star to represent a new beginning for all. And why Juneteenth matters. It honors resilience, culture, and contributions of Black Americans. It's a time for reflection, education, and celebration of freedoms and equality. And it recognizes the continued struggles for racial justice in the United States. All right. So the proclamation, whereas Juneteenth being the oldest nationally celebrated commemoration of the ending of slavery in the United States, and whereas news of the Emancipation Proclamation that was delayed some 2.5 years on June 19th, 1865 in Galveston, Texas, the enslaved African Americans were informed of their liberation. And whereas not all enslaved people on American soil were liberated until the enactment of the 13th Amendment, and whereas June 19th has become known as Juneteenth and is celebrated by many African Americans as their Independence Day, commemorating the last freed American slaves. And whereas we acknowledge African American freedom, contribution, and achievements within our own community, past and present. And whereas while acknowledging the struggles and hopes of African Americans, we commit to working together towards equity for all and expanding economic, educational, and cultural homeownership and career opportunities for all members of our community. Now, therefore, I, Norma L. Hernandez, Mayor of the City of College Place, Washington, do hereby proclaim June 19th, 2025 to be Juneteenth in the City of College Place. I encourage everyone to learn more about the history, culture, and current state of Black and African Americans by reading, watching, listening, and engaging with others. Given under my hand and seal as Mayor of the City of College Place, Washington on this 10th day of June, 2025. All right. So let me move on. There's no public hearings on the agenda tonight. And there's just one action item on the agenda, and Mr. Rizzotelo will present on Walla Walla County Rural Library District's request for city sponsorship to the Association of Washington Cities Employee Benefit Trust.
Hey, so thank you. So Association of Washington Cities, they have various pooled programs for both cities and then members, basically associated agencies with members. One is Employee Benefit Trust, that's healthcare. So essentially, if there is a partner agency that wants to opt in, they basically need a jurisdiction that's a member of Association of Washington Cities to vouch for them. There is no liability on us. It's literally just a resolution saying, hey, we're cool with them joining the Employee Benefit Trust. In this case, it's Walla Walla County Rural Library District. With the Rural Library District, they don't serve City of Walla Walla, so it would have been us or Prescott, I believe, and able to get on the agenda here quicker. That's why you see it on there. So that's merely all there is to it. There's no fiscal obligation on our part or anything.
All right, great. We'll go through council members for any questions or comments. Councilmember Jessup.
Oh, pretty straightforward. Thanks.
Yep. Councilmember Cleveland.
No questions.
Councilmember Espinosa.
No questions. Thank you.
Councilmember Peterson.
No questions.
Councilmember Williams.
No questions. It's nice to be able to just do a good deed.
Councilmember Sherman.
No question.
And I'm sorry, I can't see. Councilmember Boyle is not here, correct?
I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There you are.
She's
Okay.
sorry.
Councilmember Boyle.
No questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So if there's no further discussion, do we have a motion in support of the Walla Walla County Rural Library District?
This is Councilmember Williams. I will move to support resolution number 25-038, sponsoring the Walla Walla County Rural Library District's application to join the Association of Washington Cities.
Second, Councilmember Cleveland.
Excellent. Thank you. We have a first and a second. Any additional discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
I
Any opposed? All right. The ayes have it and the motion is passed.
Madam Mayor, Executive Director Ana Romero is here to celebrate this and
Oh,
answer any questions. She just walked in.
well,
She said
Anna,
no questions, but thank you.
you just missed the whole excitement where we were enthusiastically wanted to support the Walla Walla County Library District in joining AWC Employees Benefit Trust. So thank you for coming to us and asking us to support you in that. I'm assuming she's saying you're welcome.
She's saying thank you.
Okay. All right. So we have two administrative reports on the agenda tonight. First, Mr. Rizzatello is going to present on the Comprehensive Economic Development Study.
Hey, thank you. So with the Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy is paid for in large part by Federal Economic Development Administration, their planning grant. Take a look at it. Our consulting economic growth strategies has basically added graphics and such to it. And then there's essentially foundational goals and then action steps in this thing. What they still have to aggregate and add is all capital projects from our capital facility plan and transportation improvement plan, then just general ones from documents that this body has adopted in the past year, like the Martin Airfield Planning Study, and then the upcoming Safe Streets for All plan. With this said study, the nice part is once this is adopted, key thing of importance is that the comprehensive plan economic development section, most jurisdictions don't do it according to Federal Economic Development Administration principles. If you do it according to the SEDS concept, then it opens up all the Economic Development Administration Public Works Program grants for about a 6-year period. Typically, an area development agency will do this kind of plan. The port didn't do it to this criteria nor did not want to. So we were able, therefore, go grab the grant from the EDA and do it. So that way our projects qualify, which is cool. So take a look at all language. This did get an advisory vote out of our Economic Development, Tourism, and Events Commission with the business owners. So take a gander at it. If anyone has any edits, comments, or thoughts, let me know. But otherwise, once I get the listing with all the projects that they're aggregating, they'll go along with this, and hopefully it'll go for adoption the next council meeting. And then the idea is that this will also get rolled up into the comprehensive plan efforts. So this will serve as economic development element, and in the long run will save city money. Otherwise, the city would have to do that with all the other elements that the comprehensive plan requires.
All right.
Questions?
Yeah, thank you so much for going after that grant.
Yep.
All right, Councilmember Jessup,
No, thank you.
Councilmember Cleveland,
No questions.
Councilmember Espinosa,
No questions?
Councilmember Peterson,
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Williams,
No questions. Thanks.
Councilmember Sherman,
No questions. It looks great. Thanks, Mike.
and Councilmember Boyle.
No questions. Looks really good. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. I really liked all those pictures. Made me smile to see back on all the events we had,
Yeah.
and especially with Tony the Tiger in the background. How can you not appreciate that one? Next, Mike is going to present on the proposed College Place Truck Route Code 10.18.
Hey, thank you. So currently we don't have a truck route code, even though there are adopted maps for freight routes on the periphery of College Place. And this has become more important since we annexed the Martin Airfield area and then the Stone Creek area around Majanier and College Avenue. So you'll see a streets listed. It's the main ones, and they already show up as freight routes on the State Department of Transportation map. So Myra, 125, West Whitman, around the Martin Airfield area up until Racket Maintenance Source, Majanier Road up to College Avenue. That's where a lot of the ag traffic comes from. College Avenue south of Majanier, Evans adjacent to the Racket Maintenance Source building, Wallula, which while in general is outside of city limits, hopefully we're going to get some of that land in the urban growth area this upcoming round, and in the county that is a freight route, and then Rose from where Wallula merges in with it to the city limits, and then Meadowbrook going into Walmart from 125. This is important to have this code because if you have it codified, it opens it up for it's a newer agency, a state created, but State Freight Mobility Strategic Investment Board, and then you can get money from them and go fix up stuff. So that is the premise behind this. Questions?
All right. Councilmember Jessup,
No questions, thank you.
Councilmember Cleveland,
No questions.
Councilmember Espinosa,
No questions?
Councilmember Peterson,
No questions?
Councilmember Williams,
No questions. I do have one comment though. I think when this comes up for actual action, I think it would be helpful to have just like a map that just shows these routes, not necessarily, all the other roads in the city. I think we know where those are, in relation, but I would find that helpful.
I can pull it from the state site, so that'd be no problem.
Thank you.
Councilmember Sherman,
No, I think about this topic a lot, Mike, so it's really nice. It's really nice to see it come up. No questions.
you lay at night wondering what roads those trucks are taking, huh?
I really do. Thank you.
Councilmember Boyle.
I have no questions. I have never lost any sleep about this, but now maybe I will.
Right. Okay, well, moving on. We're just quickly moving on. There's one informational report for you in your packet to review. And we do not have an executive session tonight. So we are already down to closing item. Oh, well, back up to informational report. If you haven't looked at it, please do. There's some not as fun pictures for me in there, but it showed how much fun we had at the event at the Lions Park ribbon
And-
cutting.
And just so you know, Emmy, after our meeting on Thursday, we were talking about how great the event was, but like none of y'all were here. And now you're here and you did most of the work. So thank you for what you did. But we'll try to remember to say it again next week or 2 weeks when more stuff is here. But thank you so much. It was beautiful.
I was blown away by the ceremony. I think it was really great. I really appreciated all the work that went into it. And I drove past today and I'm like, it is so hot out there, but the playground was shaded and there were families out there playing. And I was like, I feel so great. And I didn't really do that much of the work. So I was also wondering if there happens to be a video of the Star Spangled Banner, because I really kind of want to share that with some people who don't believe me.
Yes, there is a video of the Star
Of
Spangled
course,
Banner.
there is a video.
Yeah, if you could if you could email me that or a link to that, I would love. We should put it up on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was blown away by.
Thank
I
you so
loved it
much.
all, but I was really blown away by that.
And Councilmember Peterson, I think you wanted to share some words on it as well.
Oh, no, I think our last meeting, we were just, don't want to repeat myself, I guess. It was just one of those things where many of the council members, not just me, but others have driven by there after the festivities. And even at odd times, I would say during the day when people are, 1:27 in the afternoon, you drive by there now and the park is alive. There's people in this hot weather, especially right now, there's kids out there. And you just see what a beautiful place it is and all the hard work that went into it, but then that families are just engaging with it and enjoying it. And I was just mentioning to council members here that it's where memories are built for future. The kids will remember years from now of going to that park and playing or fishing and it's clean, it's safe. And the future years of family gatherings and other festivities there, it's just going to be just a positive thing for our whole community. Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah.
Yes, it was amazing how many people were there. Okay, so still at closing items, go ahead.
Can adults go to the splash pad, or is that frowned on, or?
No, that's totally normal.
Okay.
Just expect the kids to jump on you though.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
all right.
bring a child with
Bring a
you.
child. No, it's yeah, okay.
I know on these hot days, it makes you just want to go sit there, right? And on our closing items, as we all know, and it has been announced today in both the Union Bulletin and my Columbia Basin or Elkhorn Media, that Mike's departure at the end of this month will be coming quickly. I have spoke with Dave Zabel. Mike, is that Zabel?
Yeah, he's a recruiter and former city manager of Pasco, pretty much a city manager godfather of Eastern Washington. So I call him that. So yeah.
So I have spoken to him, and we are getting the ball rolling on starting to look to for interims. He's going to be sending a few potential candidates with resumes. But I do need to ask the council, we don't have a lot of time to do this. So I wanted to ask what participation the rest of you may want to have in, whether it's just going over the resumes, or if you're going to want to set up some meetings with potential candidates, so that I know what steps to take. And then we will likely have to have those meetings during special special meetings. Scott, can I ask you something? If we do not have a quorum, but is it still a bit of a Q&A with potential candidates, is it a public meeting?
Are you
Do we
talking
need to-
about the interim or a new city admin?
The interim, we got to get the interim in first. The new city administrator is
Thank you
a
for
while-
clarifying.
Yeah,
months away.
yeah.
Mayor, I believe we would need a quorum for that, but I would, if you want, I'll look into that and get back to you.
Okay, well, I believe we will need a quorum to approve whatever candidate. But for just discussions or interviews with the candidates, because I think it's going to be really hard to get everybody together in the next 2 weeks to potentially interview all the candidates. But I just need to know what processes, what rules we have to go around so that we know how much participation they should plan for.
Yeah, let me, if you don't mind, let me do a little homework on that and get back to you in the next day or two.
Okay.
In fact, hopefully tomorrow I can get back to you on that.
Okay. Councilmember Williams?
I'm not sure if I'm remembering this right, but I think it might be helpful if we had a little subcommittee that like could interview candidates with you and then report back. I feel like we did that before with the interim, because I agree. I know in my next 2 weeks, I don't really see the possibility of doing interviews.
Right.
But I'm
Right.
sure there are like 2 or 3 council members that would be willing and able.
Okay, are there 2 or 3 council members that have availability over the next 2 weeks to potentially meet?
Yes, Mayor, I do after next Tuesday.
Okay, after next Tuesday, anyone else?
Peterson, yeah.
Okay. Is there times that, is it, daytime, evening times? What's your preference? Or
Councilman
availability?
Jessup, I'm out of school, so anytime works is best for you all.
Okay. All right, anyone else? I've
This
got
is
Peter-
Heather. If it's an evening, I can probably do it,
Yeah,
depending on,
it's easier.
yeah,
Or-
or like 4 a.m. I'm free then.
Oh, I'm free at 4.
Yeah, and Monica's free at 4 a.m. too.
Okay, and Councilmember Peterson prefers evening as well.
Yeah, I do, but I'm open to, if it's quick, earlier than that, but yeah, evenings I think work better. Not too late, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so then that's 3 and the mayor. So that would not be a quorum. Right, it would not. Okay, well, Mr. Mahalik, I'll look forward to getting your emails so that I can better understand what processes we can take, or we can just do a Zoom meeting with candidates, or try to get
That
this done
sounds good.
quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then I also am speaking with Dave regarding the next steps of recruitment search. So we'll talk about that more at another meeting. I just wanted to make sure to get something in this discussion so we can start looking at potential interim candidates.
And we probably want to do some amazing goodbye for Mike, which I think Mary Elizabeth can figure that out, but we might have a quorum.
Yeah, and I do want to say she's pretty packed. We kind of looked at that. The staff is pretty packed right now with events, with farmers markets and the Freedom Festival coming up in 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks, and a few other things. So if any council members want to assist, please let us know if any council members are available for that. All right. Is there any other business for good of the order?
Mayor, I brought up a while ago the need of shelter for people waiting on bus lines, especially now with the heat. So I don't know if the Department of Transportation has any funding, if there's any grants available that we can find for putting up stations where people can sit down and be sheltered from from the heat, especially right now. There's a lot of people, young, old, children waiting through town for the bus. And I think it's something that we need to look at from a safety and well-being perspective. So I just wanted to bring it up again. I brought it up a few months ago and wanted to know if there's any progress.
Okay. I believe that is something that has to be coordinated with Valley Transit.
Correct.
That's correct, right? So it is not a city. The Valley Transit has the routes, and so it's something that we can pass on to Valley Transit, or if Ms. Peters is still listening in, she knows the question now or the discussion point, and she can follow up with that. Oh, there she is.
Yeah, they're about $13,000 a piece. I don't know if she can speak.
Yeah, Ms. Peters, are you available to speak?
Oop,
If you're not,
can you hear me?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. So they are about $13,000 a piece, and they also have to meet the standards in our Title VI plan for shelter placement. So there's thresholds for whether something is a bus stop that is just a sign, like the one in front of City Hall that you were just speaking about, or if it is one that has a bench attached to it, or if it has a full shelter. And I'll be transparent with you that none of the bus stops in College Place actually meet the threshold to have shelters based on the ridership that they get. So we're actually already above the level that would be authorized by our Title VI plan with the shelters that are currently there. That could change, but we did a route change for College Place to expand where we could reach. We started it in March, and thus far, that has actually reduced College Place's ridership by 50%. So we're not heading in the right direction to justify shelters. And I don't say that to try to say that the point about health and wellness is not well heard. It's just that we would be violating our own policies to place shelters at this point.
All right. Wow. Well, we can discuss more about the reduction of ridership, but thank you. Thank you, Ms. Peters,
Absolutely.
for that information.
Thank you.
Anything else? All right. Hearing none, do we have a motion to conclude?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Councilmember Williams.
All right. I was trying to keep it under a half hour, but that little delay took us over. So if there's no objection, the meeting is concluded at 7:31 p.m. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Mahalik.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good evening, everyone.